Welcome back. You're watching Overdrive. Now, over the past few weeks, you've seen us working our way through all of Audi's new launches. We decided to let Bert split the difference between the Audi A8 and the A6. Here's the Overdrive verdict on the new Audi A7.
When Audi established themselves in India, they soon suffered a major setback. Now, this wasn't because of any external factors. This was purely internal. You see, Audi just wasn't ambitious enough. They started off on the right foot, offering 4 of their strongest products, but they soon slipped into complacency, allowing the competition to gain a massive sales lead. Things, however, are finally looking up. Audi has realized that if they want to script a success story in India, they're going to have to get aggressive. And that involves offering a wider product portfolio to start with. That is where the new A7 Sportback steps in. The Sportback attached to the A7 moniker denotes its steeply sloping roofline. It's the most defining design aspect of the car and delivers visions of touring in comfort and luxury. Of course, with a lot of speed involved. The front is signature new age Audi, LED daytime lights, projector headlamps and big goatee grille. A sight that will make you move out of the way when you see it appearing in your rearview mirror, or stop in your tracks when it passes you by. The A7 is based on the Volkswagen Modular Longitudinal Platform, or MLB, which is also shared with the Q5, the A8 and the upcoming A6. The entire body is constructed from aluminium and its space frame is one of the lightest within the Audi family. But what matters more is the passenger environment. These interiors are familiar, yet quite unique. It's the few details that it borrows from the A8, such as the steering wheel and the MMI control console, that breed familiarity. Those bits aside, this is a flamboyant cabin. And I like the way it appears to be a bit chaotic, unlike the A8, which feels a bit cold, clinical, and perhaps traditional. This interior, it's got character. And that character comes thanks to the slight tilt of the center console towards the driver, in the sort of way only BMWs were known to do. This isolates the driver, gives him his personal space, and makes him completely in charge of all that's happening in and with the car. The engine is a 90-degree V6 diesel, and while it has been used in other Audi models that you may be familiar with, for the A7, it's been tuned and lightened to provide quicker responses, better linearity, more power and torque, and with a variable geometry turbo, explosive performance. Max power is rated at 247 PS. The torque is a mind-bending 500 Newton meters. Complemented by Audi's aluminium space frame chassis, the A7 then is easily capable of doing 100 km per hour in just 6.8 seconds. So, for a diesel, this engine behaves quite like a petrol. It's as responsive as blowing on a feather. The shove from those 500 Newton-meter torques sees the rev needle spinning as fast as any petrol engine. And at the same time, it's refined, cultured and well balanced. Part of the refinement also comes from the 7-speed transmission. You can select the 7 forward ratios either in automatic mode or shift to manual and use the paddles behind the steering wheel to shift up or down. The A7's adaptive suspension does not need to be set up specifically for Indian conditions. It has the flexibility to offer just the right kind of damping for whatever driving condition you are in. And it can adapt itself to that condition in milliseconds. And then there's 4-wheel drive, which makes things terribly exciting. The light body, along with that stiff and rigid space frame, gives it incredibly flexible dynamics. So, put it into sport mode and you get massive amounts of traction and control with a sports car-like feel and precision. Stifle the urge to carve corners, put it into drive mode and the A7 surprises with the comfort levels its adaptive suspension offers. This car is luxurious, supple and breathtaking with its versatility. You can even raise the suspension and increase ground clearance if you have doubts about clearing the slightly large speed hump obstructing your path. With its coupe-like aspiration, the A7 has a wide choice of dynamic selections. Choices you can make by selecting the options provided from the MMI. You could choose luxury and a state of bliss, not allowing anything to fluster you. Or you could choose to be aggressive, select sport mode and individually decide how you want to set up your suspension or power delivery, and then go out and have a blast. At the very extreme, the A7 will relax the traction control by a fair margin, but not entirely. Yet, there's enough leeway to make it slide around corners very easily. This season, however, is not the best one to explore the levels of its traction without parental control. Yet, it does not take much to make even the most mundane drive memorable. The A7, even at half-mast, is quite special.